Hello guys, how are you today? I'm back. Oh, it's nighttime. I don't like, I hate it when I'm trying to record at night. Everything's dark and I don't have the place lit like a lot of farms do. I quite like it when, you go to some of the farms and they have those floating candles everywhere and it just sparkles. It's so pretty. But this is supposed to be, modeled on a real life working ish, a real life ish, let's put it that way, farm that might be found in the Netherlands. And I'm not sure, I don't know if there were a lot of, wizards and stuff in the Netherlands. At least I think if they are, they're keeping a lower profile. So I'm not really sure about having floating candles all over to light things up. So I have my little butterfly at night. I have the butterfly light that follows me around and says, look, you can see yourself. It as spotlights go, she's a little erratic, but that it's a good butterfly. It's well trained. It shows up no matter where I go, so I'll take it. So I'm sitting here thinking I want to start attempting to make some sort of order out of this big old honkin' mess back here that I'm going to be calling my staff area. And maybe, and because I have sort of a vision in my head for whatever that's worth. Sometimes they don't translate as well as I would like them to into actual, gaming. So it's like, yes, you have a vision. And what's your point? It might work, it might not. I don't know. But I guess we're going to have to find out. So that's okay there. Can I tuck another one into here? We have a different spacing for these, and I'm fine with that. That's okay, because this is going to be a whole different situation right here. Now that will fit in there just, but the question becomes, do I want it to? Or are we doing something like this? Or turning it around like this? There we go. Maybe. I think I do want some space, a space between them, because you're going to have to drive cars and do things, right? Now, if I put this here, though, dang, it's going to mean an awful lot of area over here that's not being used. Or I put more flowers in. So, I guess it's not going to get wasted, is it? And I would like to keep these around. I don't know yet how many. Because with the, I can only make one jam at a time. With the cheese, of course, I have the ability to make 5 at a time with the big stations. So I think my cheese is creeping ahead of the jam situation there. So I probably just do need more of these. I'm just not sure how many, where I'm going to put them, etc., etc. So I guess we'll just have to get them out of the way for now and then see what happens with that. And I guess they could be back here behind the barns too, couldn't they? These could just sit back behind the barns. They could, or maybe there'll be room over there in front of the river. Or you know what? I just don't know. Let's just get them out of the way for right now. Be gone with ya. So the other day, a lovely lady in my life ended up with their mother in hospital with COVID. Grandmother. Oh, I can't even keep up anymore. And then a good friend had one of their friends test positive with COVID, and today they're coming down with the same symptoms. So it's almost, yeah. So it's looking like they have COVID too. They're getting ill. And it's like, we've kind of reached a point where we're starting to think we've gotten used to it. Like we're living with this now, right? It's just a thing. And we've gotten the jabs and the boosters are out there, and the new improved Omicron doesn't seem to be as dangerous. There's, the hospitals are still struggling in most places. There's still a fair bit of, there's just too many people ill. Too many cases, but the death rate isn't as absolutely horrendous as it could be. So, we're kind of getting used to living this brave new world, right? And we're sort of, it's okay. We got this. It's all good. And you forget that it's not done yet. I don't know. We're kind of getting a little blasé, you know, about things, I think, and which of course probably explains why there are, you know, a bazillion rising cases everywhere. The town I'm in has been one of the provincial hotspot for weeks now. It's just hundreds, and we're not that big a city, and you know, it's climbing. It's just climbing hundreds a day. It gets just ridiculous. And we just forget that this is it's not done. This whole situation is not done with us yet, and people are still getting ill, and they are still ending up in hospital, and they are still dying. And I just feel this sort of low-key anxiety today that, you know, people I know and care about are possibly in danger. I don't know. It's high. Oh man, so many people died last year for me in my life. I just don't want to do this anymore. I find myself every few weeks or every few days, who am I kidding, you know, going, wow, nobody's died this month. I'm so grateful. It feels so good. You know, it's like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I haven't had to face that for a while, instead of every single month. And it feels pretty good not having faced that. I like it. And then it you know, something happens and you go, yeah, we're not done yet. Don't get too complacent there, sunshine, because you will pay for that complacency. I don't know what to do with all these barns, and I'm not keen to get rid of them. 35, 32, so we're up over 30,000 with most things, and I'm not really wanting to get rid of them. And then, of course, all of these things over here, we're going to have to decide something with all of this stuff. How much of this am I keeping? Probably not all of it, that's for certain. There will be some, but not all of it. A friend of mine's getting married this weekend. And, you know, if you've been here for some of these earlier little farming blogs, and what it feels like, you will know that I, you know, was helping with that. And I've kind of I thought I was like, I got this. It's so good. I have been so efficient. It's all fine. Oh, I'm so good at this stuff. I am like the best maid of honor, or whatever you call it, ever in history. I've gotten things done. I've got them done ahead of time. I'm covered. I got it. The checklist is done. Oh, I'm so good. And then you get within a few days of it and go, well, hell, maybe I'm a little bit wrong. You know, I'm just saying, maybe I'm a little bit wrong. I think I made a boo-boo. Not so good. So I wanted to leave some space between these, but I don't know, maybe I can't. Maybe I just gotta line these babies up. Just make a solid wall o' barn. I don't know. I feel unsettled today. I guess the COVID news is what did it, and I've known about the other for a few days. I haven't slept for a couple of nights, and I was up in the night again with Bella, and that's the other thing. My dog is ill. She's not getting better. I mean, she has moments where I think the stuff that I'm giving her is helping it from kind of getting like secondary infections or issues that could be happening. But I don't think it's solving the main problem at all. And I'm absolutely terrified at this point, and I'm beginning to believe this more strongly every day. I think she's going to need surgery again. And it's like, oh, but I don't want to. Could we not? Please. I'm feeling a little unsettled this morning. And I need to be positive and happy for the friends who are ill, and I need to try to get my dog an appointment for my dog sorted out, but I also need it to not be in the middle of at a time where I'm going to destroy somebody's wedding, because that would be kind of unpleasant, you know? It's like people wait for years because of COVID, you know, big plans and the whole wedding schmoo, right? That doesn't happen because of COVID and things, and then they, you know, it's like hoping to get it done this week now, and it's like, oh yeah, but I know I should be there and I can't because, you know, my dog is sick and I'm going to the vet now. Bye. I hope you guys have a good time. You didn't need me there anyway, right? I don't know, I'm feeling a little wonky today. I'm a wonky doo. A wonky doo day. So, you know, a double row of, you know, it's kind of cool with the sort of avenue of the barns going on here, but we had an avenue of ewes, and now we have an avenue of barns. I don't know. Maybe if I do like a little barnyard sort of treatment, maybe is this going to be a thing? Let's go get these other ones. But I have coffee. And Essentia has offered to make me an Essentia-chino. They're so good. Let's get the rest of these. Get everything in one place. So let's just, there's got to be a way, right, to do this that's going to be an okay situation that will look kind of nifty cool. I hope so. I do hope so. One more in this direction, perhaps. See, I don't want to be messing up the view of this little lake either, because it's kind of cool, right? All right, I'm just going to put these over here. At least they'll be nearby, and I can snag them when I need them. There we go. Well, whatever. Okay, so if we do that, and then this, like in here, so maybe. Like that, perhaps, and then down here as well. I mean, I guess then we could put a lot of the tools and the thing. I mean, we could even maybe put the jam pots down the center of this sort of barnyard area, couldn't we? That might be a thing, guys. Maybe we're on to something. Could be, maybe so. And then that would leave a couple of, let's see, what is that? 1, 2. It wouldn't leave 2 though. I could get one more row of flowers, but just the one, and then a row up behind the barns. Well, you know, one more is more than I would have had without it, so no whining and complaining allowed. All right, what is going on with this one now? Oh, I see. This one is still part of this spacing over here. And I suppose we should just make a very definitive mark between the two with a bigger space. Okay, so that means you will come down, which possibly means there's two, is there 2 rows of flowers possible now? So that would be, that's 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 and 2. Nope, still not, but that's okay. One more is one more than I had before. I'll be grateful. Do I have 3 in that direction? I do not. I just have 2, and then like this. Bum, bum, bum. And we have 3 barns left. Well, I may end up getting rid of one of these just to keep this even, or adding one. I suppose you can always add one too. We'll see. Okay, come on, really? Behave. There we go. Thank you. They always behave better if you just sort of tell them off for a second. Have you ever noticed that? It works every time. I say stop, and then it stops and goes right. Okay, so I like having this pretty wide open. I don't, you know, this last one, it's only 100, right? I can get rid of that. I hope I can. And if I'm wrong, I will replace it. What did that do to my storage? Everything is still up over 30,000. Cool beans. That's fine then. Okay. So we do have sort of a barnyard work area here. That's not dreadful. What do I want in it? There is the question of the day. Now, I know I need to keep this. This is very much an industrial thing. Oh, you know what I need in here? I need the warehouse. I need the warehouse to be part of that central work area. Like there? Like there. I'm not really liking the feel of this. Where on this map, where else could I put barns? So I've got barns up here. That's just trees. Oh, I gotta go do that. I have to do that. Where else could I put a clump of barns? We've got them all along the edges here. Well, I don't know. But let's go do this first. Shall we? Why, yes, we shall. Mangoes. Bunches of mangoes. All be the mangoes. And then over here, like thusly. Which one is that? That is, oh, the first one right here. Something orange. Apricots. Okay. Well, those are getting close to done. I could put a few trees in and finish them up in a hurry, but why would I bother with being efficient? There's going to be more up in the next season anyway, so that's cool. Where else could I put barn? I mean, I could do a thing along the end of these rows with a few barns, couldn't I? That would actually look pretty nice. Maybe I should do that. Just, I mean, we've got this sort of central place where, you know, just storage is going on in the middle here. We've got these 2 rows of barns. I'm feeling like, you know, we could do a space. Maybe right here near the 20 in there. I'm feeling like maybe, huh? Maybe, baby. Because this is not doing what I'd like it to do. I don't know what I want it to do, but I know that this isn't it. That's the big, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I don't know what I want to happen, but I know what I want to not happen. And this is a not happen situation right here. There's a few barns there. Let's just mosey on over. Mosey. To somewhere along the rainbow here. See, I mean, we've got 6 of them. I have 6 of them. Can I put 6 in here without it just being super duper crowded? We could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, but probably not 6. All right, let's try it right here. You know, just a working barnyard area. I mean, why not? Do I want it right up along the canal? I don't know if I do that or not. Well, let's put a couple on each side and see what, and then we'll see what we've got. And that leaves 2 more. You know, it is wrecking the view of my beautiful river and the canals. So we're going to go in a central place here. And those trees right there need to go too. They're not even supposed to be here. It's like, nope, you don't belong. We could do that. And then we've just got the one other we can just put on this side. And then if I want more, I can do more. Let's get rid of these other trees that are not supposed to be here. It was just a really big quest, and I just put in a few extras so I could get it done a little quicker. These were never supposed to be permanent anything. So, nice knowing you, little darling. There you go. Gone. So these 2 barns now feel like they need something else going on. Maybe I should put the other 4 over here, because I could put 3 in a row along this canal, couldn't I? I could. And that would be more better. 'Tis more better. Yeah, there's just been so many jobs on this farm that I haven't been getting to. I mean, a lot of them. Like I said, I haven't finished lining the canals. There's plants all over that are supposed to be planted. It's quite a lot. It's my to-do list of ignoring this is pretty extensive. I have to admit, it's not good. And I'm feeling like, you know what? It's just time you got your act together there, woman. Do it. Okay, so we have an extra little storage. We can add a few trees to this. We can add a few bits and bobs and items to just sort of make it look a little more functional, and then we're good. I think because we've got the space for it, we put in a couple of these big honkers. The wee honker do, and we could put the fuel station in there too, couldn't we? We absolutely could. I like it. Yeah, actually, I like this. This is pretty good. We'll put both of them here. They'll be easy to find. They're both pretty close to where they were before. Now, I'm wondering, though, should I should remove those. I love the trees there, but now I'm thinking they're in the wrong place. Dang, because this would be a lot less obtrusive if it were like this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is. Really, really is. I could put a tree back here. Sure, there we go. Just the one. And then we'll put... There we go. That's better. See, now it's starting to look like it's a proper place. It's here for a reason. It's not just stuff scattered all over Hell's Half Acre. You know, this is feeling lots better. Is a goodly thing. All right, so what else is back over here, though, that we can remove thyself? Get lost. I could take one of these over there. All right, what's that look like on the... Ow, my arm. The booster, my arm is still hurting. It's been over 2 weeks and I'm still hurting myself all the time. Okay, so we got barns, fuel, tree. I mean, I could put some bits and bobs down the center of this, I suppose. Like what? These in the middle? No, that doesn't seem appropriate. Little juicy bits. I don't really see any of these that look like they're appropriate for that spot. Do you? I'm not really feeling it. I mean, we could put a couple of trucks down there or something, but meh. I don't think any of this really belongs in that particular area, so we're just going to ignore it. All right, let's take you and do something with you. What are you going to be when you want to grow up? So we do have our warehouse. We're going to want to keep this thingy because this is an important thingy. Some thingies are more important than other thingies, and this is a good one. But does it have to be noticeable or just sort of tucked out of the way someplace? Okay, let's see. Now, some of these storage places, and even this thing, what is this for? This is for me to, yeah, we kind of need that, unfortunately. Do I, though? You know, I'm feeling like this is something that I could just buy if I needed it. If I actually get into a situation where I got to start trading things off, I could just pick, you know what, I just buy the darn thing, couldn't I? Let's see, what is this thing going to cost? I don't think it's that big a deal. I just think we could just, if we need it, buy it, use it, get rid of it again, because it really doesn't seem to fit on the farm. These, however, I do want over here, so we can, now that we're going to have a space, we can haul these back in. Anybody see it? Gift shop. There it is. Oh, it's going to be our pawn shop. Now it is five ribbons, and ribbons are always a bit of a, but you know what? It'll be fine. I get 3 back. I get over half of it back. That's like totally fine, right? That's good. You can be somewhere near a barn because, just because. Would you be there? I could put a few of those in if I'm going to do that, but I don't know. Let's see. Just for the look of them, right? So that's down on the second, so it's going to be what, like here and here? If it's even Steven. You know, they usually feel like they're in the back though, right? At the back end or the side, or you don't usually see these right there at the front door. I'm not feeling that this is a proper situation here, guys. They're cute and all, but gonna put them here, and then we'll go get the other two and move them too. This is going to be a process. This is going to be a process, but it's time to start cleaning up my act on this barn, this house, this farm, barnhouse farm. You know, one of those things. It's time to get it together. Absolutely. Let me put you there. And put you over here. And we got a road situation here too. I'd like to have the road up in front of the barns, which means I'm going to have to haul this up and move all of them up one. But down at this end, see over here, they don't connect. So that whole row's got to come up and go back in front of the barns there to tidy up that mess. And then we can figure out how it's going to, you know, is there going to be a road coming in too, which probably it would be coming in right here. So this is probably a bad situation. All of this needs to be moved over by one. Yeah, this is going to be a process. Well, I got started, which is feeling kind of good. I gotta tell you, it doesn't feel too horrible. And then we'll put some of the work items. We'll put the jam things down here, our little bread makers, the squeezers, the juicy bits here, these things. A couple of the cars and trucks, because that always looks cute. And then we'll get rid of everything else that we don't want and or need, and we'll put in the staff house and a nice little picnic area for the staff out in front. And that's where we'll put a couple of things like the jam pots and the big old flapjack, maybe a little cheese thing and honey. You know, just what they get for milk. You know, a small one of the little fruit things, or maybe the big one. Maybe they work on a farm. They're totally into the fruit and stuff. I don't know. But we'll have to make a little space for the staff, and then a big work area, because this is definitely, this is the place, right? This is where it all happens, folks. Exciting times. And then we've got to have our farmhand union, which I suppose should go right next to the staff house, because, that's the thing. And this little... our marketing agency, I suppose, will go next to the farm manager's house, because that's part of his job. So we're going to figure out how to do all of this. I don't know what that means yet, but we've made a dent. At least I've, decided some things that won't be. And that feels kind of good all by itself. And this is, I like having the storage in different places, because on a barn you've got, or on a farm, man, I got no words today. You do have the outbuildings, the barns that are way up the hill for sheep season, and, stuff like that. You do find these barns that are seem like they're out in the middle of nowhere, but they're needed there. That's where they need to be. You've got animals you have to bring in for some reason or another, or you've got... something that needs to be stored or shelter on a bad day, something. You do have these buildings in different areas, and I kind of like how that feels, seeing them in different bits and bobs like that on the farm. So I'm pleased with that bit of development at any rate, because we've got, lots along the edge, so they're everywhere there. I don't have any through here, but then these are flowers. Flowers probably wouldn't be in a barn, although I do have some here, but that's our little fishing, our little fish center. Oh, and before I forget, it is time to move these babies to their new home. But let's just we'll give a clicky, shall we? 26. 26 million, 77 million, and a whole whack of honey. We got some fruit, 130 million, and 174 million. Well, for a few minutes there, I was up over 8 billion, and it felt really good. And we are just beginning this numbers. It's going to be a long, long way, folks. The fish one is not going to go here. That is going to definitely go over to our fish production area. But I think the rest of these, absolutely, this is where we want them to be. This is where people are going to be working and taking care of things and starting this, you know, doing the special feed mixes and blah, 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 right? Although maybe the feed one belongs over here. Maybe it goes into this, this little compound here somewhere. Yeah, might do. Maybe that needs to be like right here. Well, not in front of the stables, in front of the barns. So right here. Maybe that's where that needs to be sitting. We've got the hay stored back here. Yeah, maybe it belongs over here somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Thanks, guys, for being here. I hope you're having a good day. Like I said, I'm off balance today. I'm feeling kind of like a fish on a bicycle. It sounds exciting, but I don't really know what to do with it. Take care, guys. I hope you're having a good day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you for all you do in my life.